Yo, you're watching This Is 50.com. I'm Riskie Forever.
Yo, what's good? It's DJ Thorough, aka Thorough, the bridge to the streets. Right now, you're watching the hottest in the streets. Right here on This Is 50.com. Got a super special guest in the building. This is a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Yo, I'm Riskie Forever. You know what I mean? I'm one of the guys that was responsible for doing all of the artwork for DeathRow Records when DeathRow Records, you know, was doing a little running shit.
Legendary. So, who created the DeathRow logo?
That was my homeboy Hen Dog, rest in peace. He started everything off. You know, he was the one that created the DeathRow logo. And he just passed maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. Okay.
So, from DeathRow, art-wise, logo-wise, image-wise, what did you create or help create? What were you a part of?
I mean, my part of DeathRow, I created the insert for the All Eyes on Me. I did Makaveli. I did Daz Dillinger's Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. I did DeathRow's Greatest Hits. And I also did DeathRow's Christmas albums. And then off the whole DeathRow thing, I did Nate Dogg's G-Funk Classics Volume 1 and 2.
All right,
you know what I mean?
Okay, let's go in order here, because all of them are important. Let's touch on the most famous one, obviously, the Makaveli.
Yeah, that's my most famous one.
Because that's on T-shirts, that's in Target. I don't know if you got your business right, but you're losing a lot of money if you don't got your business right.
Man.
That's everywhere. How did you create that logo?
That idea came forth from Pac. That was Pac's idea. It was relayed to me by Suge. I met up with Suge. Matter of fact, we got a call into the office. So they told me, yo, we wanted you to create Pac on the Cross. I wrote about all this stuff in my book, so you know what I mean. It's kind of, but they basically told me they wanted me to draw Pac on the Cross. I had like 4 hours to get a mock-up cover together. Later on that night, we met at Gladstone's in Malibu. I showed it to Suge. Suge liked it. He told me to get to work on it. Maybe about 3 or 4 days later, Pac was calling for me to come to the studio to meet with him to show him what I had.
So you actually know Pac, you actually met Pac, and you had a relationship with Pac.
Come on, bro, I was at DeathRow. Right, you know what I'm saying? I worked there. I wasn't just an artist that, you know what I'm saying, one of these cats that's, you know what I'm saying, that's contracted out and they just get the phone call and they do everything.
It could have been that. That's why I'm asking.
Nah, I was going to work every day. That was my official 9 to 7, sometimes 9 to midnight.
Right.
So that was my get down.
So what was that meeting like with Pac when he saw the artwork? What was your conversation like?
I mean, the conversation was like, he was really surprised that I was able to pull it off. And at that time, I had only drawn him on the cross, but I actually didn't draw the cross in yet. So when I got there, it was like him on the cross, but it was a blank cross. So I didn't get the chance to really like draw the cross in. So once he saw that, he had these ideas and he was like, yo, I want you to put a road map in the inside leading from east to west, and I want you to name all these cities off and see if you can make that happen. So I was like, all right, I'll get it all together. So I happened to go back to the office. I got the road map in there, put the cities in there. And by the time I finished, that was actually September the 6th, the day before he got shot in Vegas. Right. So I had rode over there. They told me to take him down the artwork. So we rode over to his penthouse at that time, which was the Wilson House. And I presented him the artwork and showed him. And he was just so happy with it, to the point that he was saying like, yo, you know, we getting ready to give you an art show. I'm gonna host it. It was just, those times are just really crazy just thinking about him, just talking about him, because I mean, Pac was just an incredible dude.
Right.
Man. Like,
did you know that artwork was gonna be impactful at the time?
You know what, at that time, anything that I had did at DeathRow, I never really thought that it was just gonna be so iconic, you know what I mean, today, you know. I just never really thought that, but at the time I knew I was doing something that was out of this world because of where I was at DeathRow at that time. They were like one of the largest record companies around at that time. So I knew it was big, but I never knew that the art would be just that big.
Right. How did you develop your art skills? Were you a graffiti artist first?
Yeah, I started off being a graffiti artist. I was inspired by Ramo from B Street growing up. You know what I'm saying?
I like this guy.
So once I saw B Street, I started liking the street art aspect. So I started getting into it, and after that, I saw the Shirt King, so then I started airbrushing. So then I was out in Compton Swap Meet airbrushing. So.
Right. What did you tag on? What was your tag? What was your name?
My tag was Riskie, but it
wasn't
Riskie Forever until, you know, just recently, 10 years ago. But I was tagging Riskie at that time. So I was hitting up shirts at the Compton Swap Meet, was like one of the most popular spots in Compton at that time.
Right. I got a question. Do you still have a relationship with Suge, or what's going on? What's going on with him right now? Where you at with Suge right now?
I mean, Suge is good. I mean, I don't have a relationship with him like right now while he in, because I don't know if everybody know. I mean, he's not able to really just talk to everybody like that.
Right.
But I mean, I'm pulling for him to get out, you know what I mean? Because he got so much stuff that's going on with him in his personal life, just being sick and all of that. I'm pulling for him, you know what I mean, to be able to get out, because I wouldn't wish bad on nobody. So
right.
I'm hoping that in some way, you know what I mean, he can either get well or something can happen for him great in a situation. But I know it's a bad situation at the same time.
Right. All right. Can you share any, like, I'm sure you have them, but can you share any type of DeathRow story, crazy DeathRow story involving maybe Nate Dogg and Tupac and Suge?
I mean, I'm
not even nothing negative, just something that, you know.
I mean, all of them was cool. I mean, I met the first day I met Pac, Suge introduced me to Pac, so that's like one of my biggest stories.
Right.
I came from the same neighborhood Suge came from, so at that time,
so you're
everybody.
From Compton?
Yeah, I'm from Compton.
What part of Compton?
I'm from Compton. How can I say?
Athens Park?
I'm from the east side of Compton. No, we from the mob. That's what that part of Compton is from the mob. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I grew up my whole entire life. So I'm from the same neighborhood Suge came from. So a lot of times people would see my artwork because it was like if somebody passed in the neighborhood or whatever, everybody was rushing to my house for me to make rest in peace shirts.
Wow.
And at that time, like I said, when I was working in the Compton swap meet, I had just made a big portfolio of all of my work. So when I made a portfolio of all of my work, one of my play cousins, she took it to Suge and showed him, and he liked it, and he wanted me to come meet with him.
Okay.
So when I made my way over there to meet with him, I couldn't meet with him because at that time he had MC Hammer at the house. He had a lot of stuff. He was doing meetings because, I mean, he would bring all of these people to the neighborhood and they would be at his house and they would be having meetings. They would be doing all kind of stuff there. So I didn't have the opportunity to meet him there. So just that one day, it happened one day, they were shooting the California Love video at the Compton swap meet. And I mean, when I came out one morning to go to work, I saw all these car carriers with all of these lowriders and stuff on it, but I was like, I didn't know if it was regular, like another independent. I didn't know what type of company it was that was gonna be shooting.
Right.
So I left maybe about 20 minutes away from where I lived at to go to an airbrush spot, and when I came back, it was just crowds of people. So I was wondering, like, damn, what the hell is going on? So I started seeing all my homies, so I'm like, yo, what's going on? And they telling me, like, Pac over there with Suge. So I'm like, what? So my first thing is, let me go over here and see what's going on. So I went over. It was like a long line of people to talk to Suge. And I didn't really like walk up to him too fast because I knew if I walked up to him too fast, he had so many people to talk to that I was gonna get probably talk to, blew off real fast so he could get to the next person. So I said, man, I'm gonna just wait, you know what I mean? So I waited like an hour and a half till I was like the last person. And I walked up to him, I introduced myself to him, told him about the artwork, and he said, hey, do you have that same book that I saw? And I was like, yeah, I do, but it's across the street. So he was like, go get it. And I'm like pleading with him, like, man, you ain't gonna leave, you ain't gonna leave. And he like, no, little homie, go get your book and come right back. So I was like, all right, I took off running, grabbed my book, ran back, saw Suge. I'm like, yo, he got a book right here. So he said, come go with me. So I walked with him. We walked to this white van and he knocked on the door, bam, 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 bam. So the door came open and there was Pac in there with like about 5 different chicks. So Pac came out and he was like, yo, I want you to look at the little homie artwork. Pac looked at it, flipped a couple of pages, and he just started talking about how he wanted me to work on different projects for him.
Right.
And maybe about a month later, I was working on my first project, which was All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me.
The insert. So my boy Hendog, he had brought that through. So we did the artwork, got that there. And the next thing I know, like maybe about February, it was like we did that artwork in December. It turned 1996 in January. February, I started working for DeathRow Records.
Now, let me ask you a question. How does that work in terms of licensing? Because Pac is on everywhere. T-shirts, I mean, like I said, he go to Walmart, he go everywhere. Those T-shirts are everywhere. Like,
I don't know, I don't really know how it works. I know that's probably through the estate,
Right.
and I don't really see like people rocking the T-shirts that I made, the Makaveli cover. You know what I mean?
No, I've seen them.
Oh, you seen them?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
shit,
them.
you need to tell me where you seen them
Kmart.
at. You know
I'm telling you, they got
you
them
seen the Makaveli at Kmart with him on the cross?
Listen, they're in Kmart and they're at Walmart.
Oh, see, man, I gotta find out
So-
what that's going on.
So when you get your money, I need 10% because I'm putting you on.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. I just never seen that. I never seen
No,
it
they're
before.
tell me where they are. They're at Walmart.
Oh,
Walmart.
man. Out here?
Walmart.
Oh,
No,
I
but
didn't-
we don't have a Walmart in New York City. You have to go.
Wow.
You have to go way out in Queens, Long Island.
Wow, I never seen
there's
that.
no-
But
there's no
yeah,
Walmart here
I
in
need
New
to
York.
pull up because I mean, I've been like releasing it on my own, like as a T-shirt, just through my independent little get down from being risky for my art page and
Right.
stuff like that. But I haven't did it on like a large scale, and I didn't know it was on a larger scale until you told me right now. So that's
it's
game.
Tupac.
Yeah, man.
It's only the biggest.
But I just would have never expected nobody really to take my art and push it to that level without.
The Makaveli cover?
You know what I mean, man.
The Makaveli cover? You wouldn't expect.
Hey,
nobody-
look, you can't really expect for me to feel surprised because I never really thought that they
Yeah,
would have
right.
did that because
But at
everybody,
this- but at
the
this
first
point-
thing everybody is, oh, he's on the cross, that's this, that's that, you know what I
Right.
mean? So I never would expect somebody like that to really carry.
Right. So I got some interesting questions for you. Coming from Compton, did you know like Eazy-E, Dr. Dre? Did you know these guys?
Hey, it's funny. I never got the opportunity to meet Dr. Dre, but I met Eazy-E.
Okay.
It was
What was that
funny.
like?
I mean, it was like you were like all of these legends. Like at then, you know, then we didn't really think of them as legends. We just looked at them like, hey man, they getting on.
All right. So if someone want to see your work, how can they reach out to you?
RiskieForever.com, and I'm original. I'm not common, so I spell my name RiskieForever.com.
Okay. All right. So anything you want to let people know that we didn't cover? You know about your
I
career?
mean,
about
like I
yourself?
said, I got a book that I just put out in September. Matter of fact, I released it on September 13th, which was the 20th anniversary of Pac's death.
Okay.
So I have a book that I just put out, which I'm gonna slide you a copy. So, you know
like
what I'm
this
saying?
guy.
I
He's a
appreciate
smart
that.
man. I
I'll
like
slide
this.
you a copy. I mean, I just want you to check for my book. I mean, check for my artwork, and I mean, I'm working on an art show. You know, giving one of my first art shows. Matter of fact, with Andre Leroy Davis, the guy that was getting down with the Source magazine, doing all the illustrations from the Source. Me and him trying to work on doing something right now.
Right.
And then also, I did the artwork for the up and coming Who Killed Tupac documentary with A&E.
Oh,
So they got murals. I'm out here right now because they put my artwork on the Barclays Center for the night of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame joint.
Being that you had a relation with him, excuse me, and you contributed, to his career with artwork and things of that nature. What does that mean to you, being attached to that?
You know what it means to me is that, you know, when people, when you're living, one of the things that you're trying to do is when you're living, is to be able to leave something here for people to be able to remember you by. You know what I mean? You know, it's no use of living if you just here to live and then you leave and you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't got no marks or nothing, you know, people can actually remember you by. So I mean, with that being said, all of the covers and the artwork that I did with Pac, like I've already made my mark in the world. So when I'm
Right.
gone, you know what I mean, those album covers, even if they not with Pac, you know, with the DeathRow and all of that, they gonna be able to live on forever. So my kids and
Right.
their kids and my grandkids and all of the people, you know what I mean, that's gonna come after me, they still gonna be able to see that. So that's like that legendary mark is still here. So I was able to, you know, fulfill that destiny on that, to be able to say, yeah, like I'm a legend of this. Now I might not be the best artist around, but I definitely have that stature now.
Right. I mean, speaking of leaving things behind and people duplicating work, you know how many people have your artwork tattooed on them?
Man, I done seen people.
So
it's amazing
that
to me.
in
You know
itself,
what I mean? It's
like,
really amazing for me to actually even see people even. Like, you know, Game is another artist that has, you know what I mean? He has a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, matter of fact, I did something for Pac's 10th year anniversary of passing, and I did some artwork for the XXL magazine.
Right.
And I just happened to see Game with it tattooed on his arm one day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes me feel good, you know what I mean, to know that my work really means something to people like that, for them to want to put it on their skin,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because that's forever. Unless you spend that money, you know.
All right,
get
I'm
it
gonna
wiped
do
off.
you a big favor here. If you want to know where they're selling your T-shirts, go to Google, put Makaveli Tupac T-shirt for sale, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about.
Don't think I'm not gonna look now. You know
Okay.
Because I'm already like, hey, when you said Walmart, I'm like, hold
I'm
on,
telling
man,
you.
that's a legendary spot
I'm telling
right
you,
there. They over here.
and they pay bread too, so they're gonna settle out. They're gonna settle out.
You know,
They're gonna settle out.
That's
Give me my
wicked.
10%.
Yeah, that's wicked, man. I would have never thought that.
Come on, you get that's a no-brainer.
And they're a Christian-based company too, so I would have never thought that.
No disrespect, but those are the worst.
Okay. But it's so crazy now, man, because I know DeathRow has sold 2 times.
Right.
So everything is just like all over the place. You know what I mean?
Right.
So right now I think E1 Entertainment owns it right now. So they had just got at me like Christmas time because they wanted to retain the rights to use the Christmas on DeathRow art.
Right.
So that was something that I did with them just to get a relationship going with them. But,
Right.
I mean, it's so all over the place, man. And like being with DeathRow, I never signed any contractual paperwork or none of that with my artwork. So it's like now, it's funny, like, it all comes back around, you know what I mean? It's like the circle of life, and it's like 20 years later now, I'm starting to really get what I really deserve right now, you know what I mean? And that's just evident by me sitting here with you, you know what I'm saying? So it just feels good, man, you know what I mean? I wish Pop was still here, but I mean, it feels good.
Well, speaking of Pop, before we get out of here, if you had to compare, or if you could, if you had to compare any artists of today to Pop, who would that be in your opinion?
I can't. It ain't nobody. I'm just being honest.
It's just your,
I mean, I don't really hear nobody giving no messages like that. You know what I mean? They're not speaking politically. They're not giving us nothing really to wake up and look forward to, or nothing to inspire us. Everybody is talking about what rag they wearing, how they gonna turn up, how they gonna turn down. You know what I'm saying? Is what pill you gonna pop, what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? How Molly this, I mean, it ain't nothing really inspiring. So it's not nothing that. Nobody that I can just really honestly say they can be the next Pop. I can't say that, bro. I wish I could, because a lot of these kids out here that's walking around today, man, they need guidance, man. And I mean, the guidance that they getting from some of these artists that have so many dollars. It's like, y'all got so many dollars, bro, and then some of y'all want to bang the shit we want to escape from.
Right.
Y'all got all this paper, y'all want to bang, y'all want to do this, but then what y'all got to remember is y'all got millions of kids following that, bro. And like, that's really not nothing that you could just really be proud of. Like, we should be inspiring our youth, getting them to be somebody. We need doctors. Like, look how we got Trump in office now. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. We need like politicians. We don't need just rappers and sports players and stuff. We need real people, doctors. We need people. We need our youth to really get a message, man. And none of these cats, they should be ashamed of themselves, man. Y'all ain't giving no real messages, man. And
that in itself is a message that you just said. That's a message. So that's what it is, man. Hottest in the streets, man. DJ DeathRow. Check out his artwork, man. Legendary guy, man. Much respect.
Much respect, man. Appreciate it.
When you see us, one knee us. I mean, pay respects. We out.